Hi, how is everybody? Okay, I am just hopping on today because I decided to do a review on my Mercedes C400. The C400 is similar to the C300, except it's only made every other year, and it kind of has some like extra upgrades on the inside, I feel like. And then I'm not sure if it's faster, but my car was way fast. And then I pulled up some of like the horsepower too. So it had 329 horsepower. And let's see, there's something else I wanted to mention. Oh my gosh, why can't I find it? Okay, it's a V6 twin turbo. And then it says it gives it the power of the V8 with fewer jugs. So the car was super fast. I didn't really use the speed as much as I could just because like I work and live within the same area. I rarely have to get on the freeway, but it was a really fast car and it was awesome. I like that for sure. I just didn't have that far to go with it. Let me think. I'm going to start with all the positives and then go down to the negatives. The interior was totally white. I loved that. The leather was just like really just bright and white. I really liked that because I've had cars where I like the light interior, but it's more of a tan, warm color, and this one was more white, so I loved that. Like ultimately, the aesthetics of the car I loved. I loved the body. I loved the interior. I loved the lighting on the inside. Like you could change it between 3 different colors, and I don't love like red lighting on the inside of a car, and this one had like a bright blue type color. Let me think. I don't know, like overall I loved the aesthetics. And it had a sunroof. I think it would have been fun to have a convertible for sure, but like when I went and bought this car, they had a convertible that had just barely been sold. But I think I would love to have that, but again, I don't have a garage either, so that would be kind of tough, like, to have a convertible. I still think they're super cute. Okay, on the downside, so like I said, aesthetics, speed, all that, amazing. On the downside, one thing that I found out fairly quick, I got the car probably in May, and by the time it got cold, I noticed that my brakes were incredibly squeaky. So I took it in, and they just kind of said, you have a high performance car, like there's nothing we can do about it. They kind of said that like my car's not an AMG, but it has AMG parts. So like on the inside it did have rugs that said AMG and stuff. So apparently now, I think it was either for 2019 or 2020, the C400 is considered an AMG. So they just said it has high performance brakes and that those are squeaky. They were loud. Like I would back out of my driveway and it was embarrassingly loud. So I took it into several places because I was like, that can't be true. That's weird. Like some of the cheapest cars I've ever had didn't do this. You know, why is the most expensive car I've ever purchased in my life so noisy? So I took it to another dealership. They said the same thing. So there was literally nothing I could do about these loud brakes, and I hated every minute of it. Like I was just like, a high-end car should not be this loud. They said that this issue isn't normally an issue because this car is driven in like California and warmer places, and it really happens when it's cold. Apparently there's like moisture or something that gets between the rotor or something, I don't know. And so it only squeaks for the first like 3 minutes of driving and then it goes away. But it was like piercing, seriously. It was so embarrassing. And I just can't have that for the most expensive car I've ever had, you know? I've had nicer cars, and I've had like crap cars too. So like the car before it was a Murano, and I loved that car, honestly. Like I feel like the Mercedes was very strongly built, which I appreciated because I ended up totaling the car and it did very well in a car accident. But in the Murano, not so much on the exterior, but I loved like all the bells and whistles of the Murano. The Murano like beeped when, you know, if you're coming up on something too fast, it would beep. If you were in your garage parking and going to hit the back, it would beep. I really liked that. And then you could set it up on the, cruise control. And it would just drive for you and stay so many car lengths between the car in front of you, which I really liked. The Mercedes didn't have any of that. The Mercedes says that they have heated and cooled seats. but the cool seats is seriously just air, nothing else. You can barely even feel it, and it doesn't help at all in the summer. Whereas the Murano was actually cooled seats, which I liked. And then the Murano had a heated steering wheel. My Mercedes did not have a heated steering wheel. So I just felt like the Mercedes was a downgrade from a car that was cheaper. So, and I got the Murano brand new, and this Mercedes was used. So 3 years old, I think, which like I was cool with, but it just felt like a downgrade all around. There were some other things it did. Oh, it had all kinds of clicky noises. Like it had, sorry, there was like dust or something. It had like, I would turn and it would make like click, click, click. And I would turn the other way and it would make these clicky noises. So this car just had all kinds of weird little funky noises with it. And when I would take it to the dealership, they'd say it was normal. So, I don't know. It was really annoying. And then another one, like when the heat would turn on or the cool, whatever, like the fans would kind of not turn on for a while, which they say it's because it doesn't, like they don't want it to blast you with like super hot, or if it's not warmed up yet to have like the cool running. I don't know, but that's what they said. I'm just not used to having like them not turn on and blow air when you want them to, you know? And then also when I would turn it on, it would make these clicky noises, like as the fan would open up or something. So that's really my biggest complaint with the Mercedes car. It just had a lot of noises, and I just think that that's really stupid for such an expensive car. So I don't know what I'll get next. Right now I'm just driving my boyfriend's car, but I don't know, like after that Mercedes, it gave me such a bad taste in my mouth. Like I loved, again, the aesthetics. I love the aesthetics of the Mercedes. So I don't know, is there another one that isn't so freaking squeaky and loud and has all these issues? Or I don't know. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. No, I mean, and I kept it super clean. I have like an unlimited car wash thing. I was always keeping it nice and clean. So other than that, oh, it also had a weird smell since the moment I got it. And I actually had a friend say, I had the C300 and I always say it smells like crayons. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what it is. Like my car has a certain smell, and I'm like, what is that smell? And it was crayons. Seriously, I don't know what it is about this car, but it has a crayon smell. And I even had a friend that got one brand new and it had it. So anyways, I was like, that is hilarious that it has that smell. So would I get another Mercedes? Only if they could guarantee me that it's not going to have all these squeaky, clickies, all this crap, which I don't think they can. When I went in there, they seriously were not helpful at all. So when I totaled it, like as bad as it sucked, like I was kind of like, yes, I can be done with this stupid car. I should have just kept the Murano, honestly. Anyways, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at like the Audi Q5s. I think those are cute, but my friend told me that she has an Audi and that her brakes squeak on that. So again, I don't know. I think it's like a performance brake thing. I'm not sure. So, but next time I'm going to really look into this, because of course they did not tell me that that was a known issue. Yeah. And so if you live in like a warmer state, like California or I don't know, freaking St. George, something where it's like a little bit colder, or sorry, a little bit warmer, then I don't think that you'll deal with these issues. I really think this is just like more for the snowier states, like where I'm at here in Utah. So anyways, hopefully that's like somewhat useful if you're thinking about buying a Mercedes. Just really look into that, all the little noises, and maybe ask about some of the known problems. Thanks for watching.